Hi, everybody. So today's Saturday. That means it's time for family movie night. And today we are continuing on my Disney Scares month. This is my 8th year doing Disney Scares. And this week we are talking about a movie from this year, from 2023. We're talking about The Boogeyman. The Boogeyman is released by 20th Century Studios. So a lot of people might not realize that it's a Disney film, but it is technically a Disney property. And I think this is one of the more like traditional horror movies that we talked about in this series, but I think it definitely counts as Disney Scares month entry. Like I said, it is made by Disney, and it isn't R-rated, it's PG-13. And I think this is a pretty good gateway movie for people that are wanting to get into horror but are a little nervous. It's an entryway horror film. And what I think is the strongest about it is I really love the cast, and I think that it did a very good job creating atmosphere and tone. It used lighting and color in very interesting ways. The different colored lights, the different colors of shadows and atmosphere that they're able to create. The cinematography by Eli Bourne, I think, is really strong for this level of movie. And also, like I said, I think the cast is really good. You have Chris Messina playing the dad, and he is always really likable and very endearing as an actor. I just think he's great. I always liked him even since the Mindy Project. And here you see him as this dad of these two girls. They're grieving the loss of their mother. And so he's trying to help his girls, but he's also a therapist. And one day this man walks into his therapist office and says that he has to talk to him about something. And it's clear this man is like very disturbed. And later on, we see that that man has committed suicide. And there's this boogeyman that is haunting all of them, and what is happening. And they, like I said, I think the strongest part of the film is the capture of light and mood and tone that I think is very effective. There's nothing that's like too bloody or too gory or too scary in this. There's some jump scares, there's some scary moments, and there are some moments where the characters are pretty stupid in why they don't use more light and why they don't just like turn on the lights. I don't quite understand that, but I still think overall it deals with themes of loss and grief, and also the older of the daughters, named Sadie, played by Sophie Thatcher. She's trying to fit in with these other girls at school, these kind of mean girls at school, and so there's that layer also. And then you have Sawyer, played by Vivian Lyra Blair, who is really good young actress, and she starts to put the pieces together kind of before anybody else, and understands about the lights and about she's playing this video game, and she starts to feel the influence of the boogeyman. I think it is effective and creepy and chilling, and also because it involves themes of loss and grief, it's something I think easier to connect with. Reminding me a lot, while maybe not as strong, it kind of reminded me of the Babadook, in the sense of atmosphere, tone, and the use of the sort of child characters to create tension. And so I think it was a solid little movie. And if you want to dip your toe into horror but not be too scared or anything like too traumatic, I think this would be a pretty decent choice. And I heard a lot of people say, oh, we've seen this kind of haunted house, it kind of scares, the kind of dynamics many times. I mean, and I can respect that, but maybe it's because I just haven't seen that many horror. It didn't feel stale to me. But again, I haven't seen that many, so I don't have as many to compare it to. But I thought it was a pretty good little flick, and again, a good way to introduce, I think, family to horror without it being like too traumatizing. And so, yeah, if you saw The Boogeyman, I'd be curious what you think. If you liked it, didn't like it, I'd like to hear in the comment section or on Twitter. And you can find me at Rachel's Reviews, all over social media, iTunes, YouTube, and on Rotten Tomatoes. And please like this video. Please subscribe to the channel. I would appreciate that so, so much. And I'll have the playlist for all of my Disney Scares reviews that you can check out in the description. So make sure to take a look at that. And then also check out Hallmarkies podcast. We are diving full into Christmas coverage It started last week, so we've got some really fun stuff going on over there. And so please take a look at that. We also have the patron group, which is a great way that you get to interact with directors, writers, actors, and that you get to be a part of community and support me and everything I do. And it means so much to me. I really appreciate it. And then also have the merch store where we have a ton of new Barbie inspired designs. So please take a look at that. And thanks so much, everybody. We'll talk to you later. Bye.